What's going on, everybody? I'm Johnny Martinez, and you are plugged in to the Social Plug Podcast, where we connect you to level up and where we discuss ordinary people doing extraordinary things. We are always powered by Social Plug Media. Today, we are at Vicky's Hinterhoff Studio in beautiful New Braunfels, Texas. Today's episode is sponsored by our friends at Wingman for Life organization. These military vets are doing amazing things for other community veterans by creating opportunities for them to level up in life, business, and within their communities. You can find these guys and amazing things that they do at wingmanforlife.org. So we're going to go hard in the paint today. I got my man coming from the top rope, dropping people like flies, dropping the naysayers, the opposition, J-Rock, the people's elbow. What's going on, J-Rock?
The people's elbow, dropping elbows, man. What are you talking about?
From the top rope, man.
From the
You're
top
ready.
rope?
Ooh, yeah.
From all the way from the top, man. What's up, brother? We doing all right today?
I'm doing good, man. It's Monday. Let's go.
Yeah. It's a great Monday,
Yeah,
bro.
if you're not ready to go, I mean, what the hell are you doing?
Bro, I had a long weekend, bro. Traveling from Houston, had some basketball, that good stuff, but I am ready for the week, bro. Lay the smack down on the week. That's for damn sure.
Hell yeah, man. We had some cool stuff going on. We had the roast of Tom Brady that I watched yesterday.
Yeah,
That was
a lot
about-
of great things, man. I missed them and I had to catch up today.
That was about 3 hours of ridiculousness, silliness, and just a shitload of roasts, man. I don't know how Tom Brady endured that, but there was a lot of discussion on his marriage, or his failed marriage, I would say.
Mhm.
Jeff Ross went hard in the paint, talking about some stuff, and
Was this live? Like
It was live.
It was live, but it was on Netflix.
Netflix Live. So Netflix is going to start doing some cool things like this.
Was
now.
this the first live event on Netflix?
I think it's the first roast live ever. I mean, I could be wrong.
No, I think you are wrong. But what I mean by that is like Netflix is. I've never heard of Netflix having a live stream.
They're
deal,
doing
so-
live stuff now.
Yeah. Well, they got to get ready for that Jake Paul and Jake Paul and Tyson fight. But again, before this, I don't think anything's ever been live. You might have to correct us there in the comments. But
So
yeah.
what are your predictions on Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson?
I hope Mike Tyson, dude. I respect the Paul brothers for what they've done for themselves in business and everything. But character wise, I can be up and down with them. But I do want Mike Tyson to knock him the hell out.
Dude, Mike Tyson's got the old man strength. He's like 57 years old. He's in great shape.
That's what you got, right? The old.
I
man
got the
strength?
old man strength, but not like the Mike Tyson old man strength.
Oh, okay.
Shit, that
So that's
guy's
a little
like-
bit different, huh?
That guy's a beast, man. I mean, he's in better shape than some of these young athletes.
These young jabronis.
I mean, he's done it before. He's a monster, and I feel bad for Jake Paul. If this is like a true fight, if it's some bullshit fight like how he fought, who was the last guy that he did the exhibition with? It was a joke. Mike Tyson was
one?
kind of just going through the motions. This was about 2
I mean,
years
there
ago.
was. I mean, it was. He's fought this other pro boxer and he knocked him out. I mean, there's been a few. You know.
Yeah. So this
Tyron
is an
Woodley,
exhibition, but
Tyron Woodley.
hopefully he puts on a good show for the people. We'll see what happens, man.
I'd be really surprised if Tyson gets knocked out. Like that'd be a shocker. But at the same time, you never know what the hell's gonna happen. But that would be a big shocker. And then like, I just don't get it. How is that even supposed to help him? How does this help Jake Paul in
Money.
any way?
Money,
I mean, yeah,
man.
obviously money.
This
but-
shit's all about money, 100%. And status, credibility. I kick Mike Tyson's ass. I mean, that's going to be his claim to fame if that happens. Even
And
though
I hope not. I hope he don't get to brag about that. There's a lot of things that I want this guy to do in the pro boxing world, but please don't let that be the one thing. I mean, he knocked down Anderson Silva. He knocked him down. He didn't knock him out.
but if he does knock Mike Tyson out, people are going to say, they're going to discredit him. Say the guy was 57 years old. He's at the end of his career. He's closer to 100 than he is
So
to 20.
yeah, again, okay. Don't get me wrong. That's like me saying, man, I wish I had a wrestling match with Hulk Hogan. I get it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just I don't see the.
You'd get your ass beat by the Hulkster, man.
Listen here, brother. Yeah,
Prayers to vitamins, brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know. That's just crazy though.
So yeah, man, got a great show today, a lot to cover. I got a great friend of mine. I've known this guy for a couple of years now. I met him through social media.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and this guy went hard in the paint. He's a marketer, and he likes to brand his service. All right. And I think we already know who he is because we advertised this already.
Yeah.
So Tyler Carlston's our special guest. He's not only a mortgage broker, he's a marketer, he's a veteran advocate, which is one of my favorite things that he does. He takes care of the veteran community. And he knows the VA home loan like the back of his hand. I mean, I go to this guy for advice on the VA home loan regularly.
Yeah.
I think I know the VA home loan pretty well, but
Okay.
this guy, it's almost like he wrote the damn.
It's like he wrote the book.
Wrote
he
the
wrote
manual
the
on it.
actual book on it.
Yeah, like I asked him, he says, "Well, that's on page 14 of the manual," and so he knows his stuff. He takes care of people.
Right.
He's newly married.
Okay.
Last time we had
His
him,
life is
last time we
changed.
had him on a live feed, he was just a single
Yeah.
guy, or it was his girlfriend, but life has changed right before our eyes with this guy.
There you go.
He just came back from Hawaii, got married out there, and hell, I didn't even
Aloha,
know.
brother. Aloha.
I asked why wasn't I invited. He said, "Hey, maybe next time."
Maybe next
Yeah.
time.
Do you remember that movie Happy Gilmore
Oh,
when Happy got cut from the team and he says, "Hey, coach, hey, you called my name, didn't I?" He says, "I thought I did. Gilmore. Better luck next year." Yeah, that's kind of the way I felt. But I do want to go to Hawaii one of these days, and I'm gonna talk to him
hopefully
about
there
Hawaii.
isn't another one next
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
You're celebrating
no. I
the
mean, well,
anniversary.
maybe renew the vows or
Yeah,
something
there
like
you
that
go.
after 5 years or something, because that's a thing.
We're not talking about my friends. We're talking about
Yeah,
this.
yeah. See, do your friends get divorced regularly?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's quite a few. I can say no names.
Yeah.
But,
Hey, relationships change. The status always changes on Facebook.
Bro, I swear, I'm
Complicated.
about to call these guys LeBron or something, bro. They're changing teams too much. You know what I'm saying? Stick with one.
Yeah, stick with one. I mean, it builds credibility in your life and stability in your processes. But I want to introduce this man here, none other than Tyler Carlston.
There he is. What's up?
What is
man?
going on, man? I see that beautiful wedding ring on your finger. It's just a little different. We
Little
did the
bit.
little dab there, and it kind of stung me a little bit there.
A little bit.
Good on you, man. Congratulations.
He's electrifying, is what
Appreciate
it is.
that.
The most electrifying man. Yeah, so he's a newlywed. So you got married in Hawaii, and you just did your honeymoon there, or is there going to be another honeymoon somewhere else?
No. So I mean, we landed in Hawaii, got married, eloped the next day. Private ceremony, just photographer, officiant, and Victoria and I, and yeah. And then we just had fun on the island for 7 days. Came home. We're gonna be leaving this Friday for like a 3-week camping road trip through like 6 national parks.
Wow.
Like tent camping, not glamping. So we're gonna be leaving this Friday for like 2.5, 3 weeks. Be back before the end of this month. So that was the official honeymoon, but this is
Wow.
kind of like an extended
That's
honeymoon.
crazy.
Are you still going to be working?
Oh yeah, it's work. We're just doing this for.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that you're going to be on standby.
I always answer my phone.
Okay.
Regardless.
And
So
that's
I only turned off my phone on my wedding day. That was it. But again, I didn't go around announcing this or anything, but I turned off my phone. If not the end of the world wasn't the night before, it can be good tomorrow. So
when you go to sleep, you turn off your ringer, or you just have me on the.
I put
able-
you.
able-
So when I
How
put,
much
when,
does he actually call you?
well, so
Jeez.
when it goes into sleep mode, you're one of the people that like can bypass that. So
It's like 2 in the
everybody else
morning.
gets sent to voicemail. You're gonna ring like 20 times.
Pause. Let's pause there.
I was about to say.
I don't call you at 2 in the morning there, Tyler.
I'm playing.
At least I'll try not to.
It's when you have those VA loan questions when it just up from your sleep and
Yeah, I wake up at 2 in the morning to go
what's
take
my
a piss.
eligibility like?
Yeah, when I go take a piss and I'm like thinking about Tyler Carlston
Yeah.
and VA loans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good on you, man. And I preface this with saying you are a great communicator. That's one thing I didn't put on here. And that is why I partner with you to help veterans in real estate, because the lender is so crucial in the process. Because if they don't get their numbers right, if they don't get their interest rates, because interest rates right now are a big fucking deal, man.
Yeah.
Interest rates are high through the roof. And there's a lot of people that are reluctant to buy homes because of the interest rates.
Yeah.
How do you overcome that?
I mean, I can't control what the market does. The best thing I can do is educate people on sort of what's going on, what's to be expected, how I can help them. Because when you work with me, it's not like, hey, it's one transaction, you're done. Like, no, I'm your lender for life. Like we're nationwide. I'm gonna help you no matter where you go. This may not be your last stop. I'm gonna help you. Or when rates go down, guess who's gonna call you to help you refinance? So just educating folks. Again, I can't change anything, but what I can do is be at the best place to offer the best products, best rates, which I am. And then I could just educate folks. And then there's some things lenders have put out to like help people with their payments and things like that, like temporary buy downs. But just educating folks and just doing what I can and to provide value for them.
So you, the reason why I said you're a great communicator, there's some times I will call on a Sunday or text you at 8 p.m. Let's just say, for example, 8 p.m. Hey, Tyler, hey, what's the word on this? I got this pre-approval. And you're there in your hot tub sipping on daiquiris or margaritas or whatever you're doing, and you answer the call. You answer the text. You don't wait till the next day.
No.
So I appreciate that. And there's a lot of people that love the constant communication.
I'll show you just last night. Where's that?
While you look at that, nothing against the big banks, but when I have clients, I tell them this guy is not a brick and mortar big wig bank.
Hey, look at that. Look at the time
9:27 p.m.
on a Sunday.
On a
And
Sunday.
I answered.
But
And
what's
I already had the call this morning with the client. Application's done.
at 9:27? Who
Yeah.
does that?
9:27, 9:30 on a Sunday.
Now, I'm not going to mention any big banks, but good luck finding a big bank to answer your damn call at 9:27 on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
No.
They work 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever, and you're shit out of luck if you're trying to submit
Until
an offer
Monday.
on a home.
Yep.
And when you go with somebody like you're not paying for the Christmas party catering, Christmas party white Santa or whatever they do. Your interest rate might be a little lower, it might be the same, but your fees are lower when you go with somebody like you, a local lender. So I don't want to get too deep on the weeds on that. I don't want to make this a whole real estate show, but that is something that I think differentiates you from the rest of the pack, and that you give a shit about the process. You give a shit about the realtor, and you give a shit about the client, and that's the biggest factor, I think, in your business. Once you stop caring about the client, you look at them just as a number, you lost.
Relationships, not transactions.
And why are relationships important?
Because I actually give a shit. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. I care about helping people. Even if helping them means me not benefiting, that's okay. I helped somebody today.
Where are you from, man?
Chicago, up near Chicago. I just say that I'm actually from Rockford, Illinois, but I say up near Chicago.
Okay. And I don't want to deter from, because we're going to talk about how you help people and how you got started in the business, but I just want to give the viewer a little background on where you're from. Okay. So you're from Packers country or Chicago Bears country?
So I'm probably like 25 minutes, born and raised 25 minutes south of the Wisconsin border. So there's a good mix. Majority are Bear fans, but good mix. So there definitely were some Packer fans in Northern Illinois.
Okay. So you're a Packers fan, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. Which one you need to go with?
Favre was the most fun to watch. Rodgers was the most talented. I love both.
Why don't people like Aaron Rodgers today?
Lots of people think he's like a diva drama queen and things like that, but
conspiracy theorist or some kind of stuff. I actually agree with some of the shit he says. Oh
yeah, I mean, I don't know if he does anymore, but for the longest time when he was on the Packers, he would always go on Pat McAfee on Tuesdays and do like 30 to an hour. I'd watch it. It was very entertaining.
Yeah. So you watch the Pat McAfee podcast. I mean, that's pretty entertaining as well. It's got a lot of athletes and things like that. J-Rock, you ever watch that podcast?
Oh yeah, man, he's one of the best. Excuse me.
So J-Rock's back there eating a burger or something.
No, I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. By the way,
on the air, we're live, we're raw, we're uncut.
Very important question. What type of jelly did you use?
As a matter of fact, Cravings is across the street, and I went and got something from Cravings. They have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich there.
Big shout out to those guys, Cravings. They're on San Antonio Street, right across from where we're at. So we had lunch there today, and it was on point. So Cravings, you can find them at, I think, cravings.com as well, or in New Braunfels.
Local businesses, everything.
But
what was your question again?
I don't want to interrupt your lunch there.
I apologize. What was it again? What was your question again?
Do you watch the Pat McAfee show?
I love Pat McAfee, bro. He's also a commentator on the WWE now, and he freaking kills it, bro. His 1 or 2 liners, dude, he's doing awesome. But yeah, I freaking love that show. But going back to Aaron Rodgers and the Brett Favre thing, I agree with you all the way. Brett Favre's more entertaining the way he played, and Aaron Rodgers is just a smart player. But I don't know. I think I'd have to go with Aaron Rodgers being on Pat McAfee is pretty cool. I think he has a good personality and a way to make things entertaining with it as well. I don't
So,
think Brett Favre used to do that at all.
so last night on the roast, they did bring up Brett Favre
No,
and
really?
his sending of his photos to young
yeah,
ladies.
yeah.
All right.
Back in his New York Jet days. Yeah.
They say Brett Favre was so old he used to fax those photos over.
Dang.
All right.
What was your favorite pose, Johnny? When you used to send your photos?
All right, that's a whole nother podcast. Yeah, you're trying to put me on the spot now. I like that. You challenged me,
I was trying.
I'd say full frontal. There you go.
Like how you just came out with it.
There you go. All right,
The full frontal. All right.
or maybe a side
right.
a side view.
You're a side kind of guy.
Yeah.
No wonder.
J Rock likes the down low view
There you go.
From under.
from the ankles.
Yeah.
The under cheese. You see the
under. All right. So those people probably have no freaking clue what the hell we're talking about. But Brett Favre allegedly sent some unsolicited photos to some young ladies of his genitalia, and we'll just keep it like that. We'll keep that PG-13.
Yeah.
So let's get back to you, man. Married man now. Your perspective is completely different, and I'm going to preface it by saying this: when I first met you, I was intrigued because you're a young guy. You were 25 years old,
Yeah.
something like that, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's got a lot of confidence. And I'm intrigued by people with confidence because I want to know what makes them tick. And I don't shy away from that. I know there's a lot of people out there, oh, that guy's full of himself. That guy, he's all over social media. That guy, he's tooting his own horn. No, I like that because it lets me know that you're trying to lead generate. And in business, if you can't lead generate, it's going to be hard for you.
Yeah.
All right. It's going to be difficult. So you generated leads by being out front and letting people know how you can help them. Your service and your attention to detail and your commitment to communication led the way for you, and people started to gravitate towards you. Some people didn't like it. Some people hated that notion. Why? Because probably they could not do the same you were doing. They didn't have the same charisma, the same pizzazz, things like that, right? So that's the kind of marketing that I like. All right. I see people out there. I'm like, hell yeah. I like what you're doing. Big shout out to Christian Montavo, who was a previous guest of ours. He's that way too.
Yeah.
He goes hard in the paint. He's passionate.
Everywhere. You always see him.
You can't deny it.
Yeah.
So you did that. And I was like, I need to have a meeting with this guy because I want to know what makes him tick. And I want to know how he can help me with my clients, right? And so we had a conversation and it went pretty damn well.
Yeah.
My wife and I met with you and I was like, holy shit, I like this guy. And we started doing business together. We started helping veterans together.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. I have you here on my podcast talking about how you can help others and things like that, man. So I noticed, fast forward to today, you don't have that same, and I'm going to be real. This is real talk. You don't have that same persona anymore. You have the same passion, you have the same everything else, but you're not as outlandish as you used to be. What happened there?
That's fair. I'd say honestly, it just comes to, I mean, when I got started in this business, I moved here, no family, no friends, started from zero, had no idea where, like brand new in the business. I had to create a name for myself, and when I had a marketing company prior to jumping in this real estate business, that is how I established myself as being loud. And I have no problem being the type of person to where a lot of people love me and a lot of people hate me. That's completely fine with me. And so I just had to do what I needed to do to gain attention. And now it's my third year, and I don't really need to do it at the level that I did. Partially because I'm not content by any means. I'm still trying to push to grow, but I don't need to do that stuff anymore I don't think it'd be as helpful for my business.
That's fair enough, man. Because you have the moniker, you are the best VA home loan lender in Texas.
Yes,
right? Is that still the case?
absolutely. Nobody better than me.
It's in your title.
Yeah.
So why is there nobody better than you?
Nobody cares more. Nobody works harder. Nobody is going to actually give a shit and fight for the veteran community like I can. Um, and nobody, when you get into the soup and nuts of it, of the actual products we're delivering, nobody's faster, nobody's cheaper, nobody communicates better. I truly believe I'm the best at every single aspect of the home loan process, not just VA, because that's not all. It's a huge chunk of what I do, but it's not everything. I truly believe I'm the best option for people when they want to work with the best. They call me.
And I love that mindset as well, because what I tell my kids and I tell people that I'm affiliated with, when you walk in that ring, when you step on that court, when you step on the podcast or wherever you're at, and in your mind, if you have doubts or in your mind, you have some kind of weakness or you're not as confident as you need to be, you're pretty much going to fail, man.
Yeah. So to piggyback off
Mhm.
that, do you watch UFC at all?
I've don't watch it as much as I should.
Do you
but
know who Chael Sonnen is?
No, tell me about it.
Okay.
He needs to.
He is.
All right.
He's retired now. He just does a lot of commentary stuff. But 10 years ago, he was like the man. Very similar to where he's like, "I'm the best." Like you should go watch some of his like post fight interviews. He's like I'm gracing you with my presence today type of person.
Oh yeah.
But when he had to fight John Jones, who is the heavyweight champion now, and at that time, John was like 22 years old. No baddest man on the planet. I think he still is, but at the time, he had to fight John Jones. He knew going in there he was not his normal confident self, and
Right.
he lost.
Right. So mindset is everything.
Yeah.
In marketing, in branding, and just in everyday life. Now, you don't want to be arrogant. If you're arrogant, that means you think you're better than what you really are.
Yeah.
But if you're confident, if you have that swag, people are going to notice because people are either intrigued or they're deterred by confident people.
Yeah.
So there is a fine line between somebody who's conceited, arrogant, and somebody who's confident.
Yeah, and that's something that I deal with a ton. And that again, that's completely fine with me. My tribe is my tribe, and they're gonna work with me. They're gonna support me. And I'm doing very well, and I have big goals, and I know I'm gonna reach them. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just I talk a big game, but guess what? I've backed up every single word I've ever said. I have never once said something and not delivered on it. If I say I'm going to close this loan in 2.5 weeks, I'm closing the loan in 2.5 weeks. So even in the beginning, when I was first getting started and talking all this, yeah, I may not have had closed hundreds of loans at that point, but I knew if I said something, I was going to deliver on it. And I've always had that confidence. And every single time I've hit the nail on the head.
How many people have you delivered for since you've started? Do you have a number?
I mean,
Kind of roundabout?
I'm probably close to 200 already.
So you've changed 200 people's lives because
Yeah.
in your business and in real estate, you're changing people's lives.
Yeah,
You're giving them the
absolutely.
gift of home ownership. And a lot of these people are first-time home buyers.
A lot of them, yeah.
And a lot of these people have no clue on what to do or the process. That's why they need a great realtor and a great lender, a great title company. And the whole cast of characters is part of the process. And we all got to walk in lockstep. We all got to be marching along for that person because at the end of the day, that is who we're helping. We can't be thinking about ourselves or anything like that. We got to think about them. And I answer my phone at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You answer your phone at 10 o'clock at night. And so that is a difference. That's a difference maker. And just like you said, I like affiliating myself with people who are hard chargers, proactive, who get shit done. Because if you don't get the shit done, man, people are going to know about it.
Yeah.
And you lose your credibility, you lose your business, and
Then
then you're done.
Yeah.
They're going to say, man, that Johnny Martinez, that guy sucks. That Tyler Carlston, that guy's a freaking bozo.
Your reputation is is probably the most important thing. And that's why, again, it's so important to make good first impressions with everybody. So, I mean, just touching a little bit on that is like everybody I come in contact with, I aim to impress because one, I want to make sure that their life is easy. That's my biggest goal is making sure everything is easy and stress-free for people. Second, they could be future partners. And third, I want to make sure that that could lead to more business for me too. And so listing agents, title reps, everybody in the transaction, I want to walk away from that and be like, dang, I need to call Tyler next time. And that happens very much so. And that's the expectation I give. Like we made an offer yesterday, one of my clients, and I called the listing agent, explained she was a little hesitant about VA loans. I'm like, look, you're working with the best. It's going to be fine. Here's the process. And I was like, and when we're done with this transaction, you're going to call me with every single buyer you have from now on. And I set this before I even did anything. So that way, by the time I deliver on everything I've promised, she's going to call me.
Why are people reluctant to use the VA home loan sometimes?
Misinformation, miseducation. There's lots of stigmas about it. People who have been in the business 15, 20 years, yes, a lot has changed, but that's one of my favorite questions to ask. So when I am working with someone trying to utilize their VA loan and I call the listing agent, they're like, oh, I don't know if we're going to accept this. We have a conventional offer. I'm like, pause. Why? Explain to me. Well, VA appraisals take too long. I'm like, actually, per the guidelines, they have 10 business days to get it in. Or VA appraisals are always low. Pause. We actually, here's how many I've done in the last year and how many low appraisals I've dealt with. And they give you 3 opportunities to meet value with Tidewater and reconsideration of value. No other loan does that. And so just breaking down those walls is how I'm slowly combating that. But there's just so much misinformation because that person, before they spoke with me and I educated them, they were going around, if anybody mentioned the VA loan, oh no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to work with that. So it's just people spreading misinformation. That's all.
The VA home loan is by far the best home loan on the planet.
Easily.
Not even close.
Not even close, no.
There's no money down.
No money down, lower interest rate, no mortgage insurance. I mean, it's by far the best loan there is.
You can use it multiple times.
Multiple times. You can have multiple at the same time. I mean, you don't just have to do one house at a time. I mean, I've worked with some people where they're trying to buy their 4th house. Now, granted, that all depends on the entitlement and things like that. So times that they purchased and the housing price will play into that. But most people can get 2 to 4 properties off of their VA entitlement.
There's so much information, and you hit the nail on the head. Misinformation. People just don't know.
Yeah.
But they're looking at people like us for guidance.
Yeah.
And that's where we come in.
Military does not teach them about this. They may talk about it a little bit, but I mean, as you know, military does not really prepare you that well for civilian life. And so, I mean, not saying you have to wait to get out to use your VA loan. You can very much do so when you're active and bouncing around duty stations. 100% recommend that, but they don't prep you and educate you. And so that's why I push so hard to, hey, not just selfishly give me your business and let me close more loans. Like, hey, let me make an impact. Even if this client is, let's say, going to go with a new build lender, let me talk with them. Let me help make their process easier. Let me answer some of their questions because I just want to make an impact unselfishly, help people understand more of the benefits they have available to them.
You'd be surprised by how many people I talk to that don't know, or that are serving or that have served, that don't know the VA home loan benefit, and they don't know their VA disability benefits as well. So I go on there and I have to educate. And what's cool about what we do is we're not just real estate people. We're resource people.
Yeah.
We can help people in so many other avenues, not only in life, but in business, in benefits.
Finances,
Finances. Just finding, if I don't know the answer, you bet your ass I'm going to find out how we can help you in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's not me, I'm going to help you connect.
Hey, if a client calls me a year after closing, Tyler, I don't know what color mulch to use. Send me a picture of your house. I'm gonna figure that out for you. Like whatever it may be, I'm there for them.
So the real estate industry is definitely a challenging industry with a lot of variables. The shit changes constantly. Weekly or bi-weekly, the interest rates change. So then we all have to pivot, and the market is fluctuating. Sometimes it favors buyers, sometimes it favors sellers, sometimes it's in the middle. Where is it right now, man?
It's very area dependent. Here in San Antonio, where 95% of my business, I'm in like 8 states and our company's in 48, but here in San Antonio, I would say it's a buyer's market, I would say, because you're still able to negotiate either price off the house, you're able to negotiate closing costs being paid for, you're able to ask for repairs. Like I just had somebody replace a whole AC unit like 2.5 years ago. if you ask the seller to give you a whole AC unit, they tell you to kick rocks. And so but here's the thing, it's all dependent on interest rates, because when rates go down, all those people sitting on the sidelines are going to jump back in.
Price is going
And
to go.
then when you have, hey, there's usually not any sort of multiple offers right now, then you're going to go back to 5, 10, 15 offers. And that's really where I shine, because I'm able to set ourselves apart. But then you don't get as good of a deal. You can always refinance later when the rates go down, but you can't change the deal you initially get.
What's your biggest challenge right now, man? Not only in business, but in life. What's going on in the brain of Tyler Carlston, man? What's stressing you out
I wouldn't say,
or
thankfully,
challenging you?
yeah, thankfully I'm pretty relaxed. I'm not super stressed about really anything right now.
Is your wife making life a little bit easier for you?
I mean, she's every aspect of my life has gotten better from her.
How has that changed? Just give us some perspective, some insight. By the way, before you answer that, since we're live and I just talked to you before this, you said nobody knew about you getting married.
No,
So they're finding out on this live
yeah,
podcast.
if they're watching it, yeah,
How cool is that?
it's pretty neat.
You know, so we have the ability to spill the tea.
Yeah.
All right. So back to the question: how has she made your life better?
I mean, I was very purpose driven before, but now I actually have somebody to provide for as a husband. And being a husband now comes with a whole bunch of more responsibilities, and that's one of the things I'm most excited about. And that's we wrote our own vows, and that's what I told her. I was like, I'm excited with everything that comes with being your husband. And so, I mean, yeah, it's just so so many changes.
Let me give you some. I mean, some wisdom from an old guy who's been married for 24 years. Make sure you support each other, and no matter what you guys do, I know she supports you, and I know you support her. I mean, you tell me that. Communicate well. Find out what she likes, what she doesn't like early, because you can't find shit out 2 years from now, 3
Yeah.
years from now. You got to find out early. So that's how I've been able to stay in my relationship so long. We got to communicate. Can't go to bed pissed off. Sometimes we do, right? I mean, and not every marriage is perfect, but try your best to say I love you every night, give a kiss, and you support her, she supports you. You're the man, you're the protector. You're the guy that provides, but women today can also provide.
Yeah.
And it's not a 60-40, 70-30. It's usually a 51-49, but 50-50 as much as possible. But it's situational.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's going to rule the roost. Sometimes you're going to rule the roost. It just happens. Sometimes you have your responsibilities that you're in charge of, and sometimes she does. But you can't overstep boundaries, and you have to respect her. Don't let anybody talk any shit. I mean, there's going to be naysayers all the time.
Yeah.
But you just got to give the Heisman on those and know what you got. And just, it's you and her against all odds.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. But yeah, when I first got married, we chatted and I got to know her more. I'm still finding out stuff every day.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And marriage and life is like a pie. Right? We don't know if it's 8 pieces, 16 pieces, whatever, but you want to make sure all those pieces, you have as many pieces filled in that pie as possible. A foundation of love, foundation of maybe religion or some kind of faith. You got to work out together.
Yeah.
Right? Working out is great. My wife and I work out together at least 3 or 4 times a week, and it makes us stronger. Pray together if you're into that, and just, work together. And it's just a great thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm no Dr. Phil or anything like that, but it's worked for me. And I love that you're a newlywed and you just got married and now you're about to live the dream, man. Marriage can be a great thing. And unlike J-Rock's buddies that get divorced, isn't that what J-Rock said? I mean, it could be great, man. That D word, that divorce,
doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. And there's a lot of, I'm not here to give relationship advice, but I'm going to give it. Don't go down that road. Try to fix it and try to communicate. And this is not really for you. This is for anybody who's listening.
Yeah.
Try to communicate as much as possible because relationships are beautiful.
It's all about effort too.
Yeah, effort.
And that's one thing, like in all my relationships before, I'd never had the type of effort that I put in reciprocated back to me. And now it's like we're both going 110% every single day in every aspect of the
Is it
relationship.
yin and yang? Are you
Yes.
guys? So you're not like her. You shouldn't be like her in where the different intangibles. Like so, you can be you can just be like her as far as passion
hmm
and intrigue and all these different things. But you got to be a little bit interchangeable, where you're the fisherman and she's the gatherer,
Yeah.
or something like that. And that's kind of how I do my relationship. I'm the guy that's out front, and she's the one behind the scenes.
hmm
You know, and is that kind of how you guys are?
Yeah, I mean, we both benefit each other, and
Mhm.
where one of us lacks, the other fills in, and
Yeah.
it's a very, very fulfilling relationship.
Yeah. So you guys got married in Hawaii. It was just you two?
Yep, just us, the officiant and the photographers. And there were some people. We went on a public beach, so it wasn't like super private, but uh, there were a few people watching us, but that was fine. It was literally just me and her professing our love to each other, our promises, and what we're gonna do for each other for the rest of our lives. And it was a beautiful moment.
Hell yeah, man. I can't be more proud of you and anybody else who's taken the plunge into holy matrimony. It's a great thing. So your life has changed for the better. Where do you see yourself in 2 years, man?
Um,
Still in mortgage?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do, and that's why I can answer the phone at 9:30 on a Sunday because it's not work to me. This is servants. I lead with a servant's heart, and so I love what I do. It's very fulfilling. It's very rewarding. Obviously, you have to put in the work to get the results, but
Hmm.
no, I mean, as far as what's down the road, it's just business continue to grow, relationship continue to grow. Um, we're each our own individual person, so we both want to individually grow as well. Um, Probably family too, and so it's
Do you
yeah.
get her involved with what you do? Does she understand what you do?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, she I think she either texted you or Jessica last month. So she actually works with me. She's on the relationship side of things. Obviously with us getting everything all prepared for this and this trip we're going on, she's really going to be getting started next month. But yeah, she's very much involved. Like it's funny because she's heard so many of my calls. Like she could probably run the call just by listening and just she's picked up a lot.
So we talked about presence. She obviously has a presence in your life, and you respect her uh, a lot. Um, what's like where is she from?
She's from East Texas.
East
But
Texas.
she's been all over the world. She was in Japan for a few years. She's lived in Alaska, but from East Texas though, and she just happened to be in the area when we met.
So she gives you great perspective on things as well. She educates you on
She
world stuff.
she has brought me so much. She's opened my eyes to a lot of the things because I haven't had the opportunity to leave the country yet. Like Hawaii was the longest flight I've ever been
Mhm.
on. Like the farthest we were 4,000 miles. I've never been that far away from home before. So she's brought a lot of things um, uh, to this that I didn't realize. And like one of our vows was I quoted a song called "The Painter" by Cody Johnson, and
Okay.
it's basically just quoting about how how she's brought so much into like open my eyes and brought color with her in a black and white type of world.
I know that song.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll play it after this.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Planting seeds. Let's talk about planting seeds. Not only in relationships, but in business and in San Antonio. You planted seeds here. You've been here for a few years, right?
Yes.
How has San Antonio changed you?
For the first time, I've really felt a sense of community. And actually felt like I'm part of somewhere and proud to be from here.
Are you a
I
Texan now?
Yeah, absolutely through
This is
and
where you're
through.
gonna lay your head in 20 years.
Yes, more
Okay.
than likely, yeah. I mean, even if for whatever reason, if we end up moving or something, I'm still gonna be the number one VA loan officer in Texas, even
Okay.
if I'm not here in Texas.
Okay.
Um,
And,
but
and
no,
and why are people flocking to Texas in record numbers?
I would just say, I mean, same reason I did. So when I moved down 4 years ago now, weather, food, people, things to do, freedom, all that stuff. It's It's a much different place than Illinois was.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
All right, including VA loans, including the burritos. I mean, everything is.
Tacos the size of your hand.
Yeah.
Your head. Yeah.
Texas is its own country.
Mm-hmm.
I love Texas, born and raised here, and I don't think I'll ever go anywhere else. Maybe Florida, maybe if the opportunity ever presents itself.
Yeah.
But any other state, there's no fucking way I'm going to go to any other state. Why would I?
Yeah.
You can offer me $300,000 to go work someplace. I'll be like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to live in Rhode Island or Nebraska or someplace like that. There's no way, man.
The only reason I would think I would ever move is if there was an opportunity to where we're very outdoorsy people. As I said, we're going up tent camping through 6 national parks, 5,000 miles of driving. Maybe to be a little bit closer to more outdoors type of stuff. I mean, like Utah is one of my favorite places, most beautiful state.
I love
in the
Utah.
lower
Salt Lake
48.
City.
Mhm.
Holy shit, that's a great place.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And it shouldn't say holy shit with Salt Lake City because that's a religious city, right?
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Much of that.
I got J Rock laughing. So J Rock, have you been to Salt Lake City or heard of Salt Lake City?
No, I've only been to like 5 states in the United States.
All right. What are the states? We need to take you on a tour, my man.
I've been to Louisiana. I've been to obviously
That's
Texas.
kind of Louisiana's kind of like Texas, kind of.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been to
We need to take you to New York City.
Oklahoma, Nevada, Illinois. Oh, I'm sorry. And then
Wait, what did you say?
Did you just say
Hold-
Illinois?
did
mean,
you
I'm
say
sorry.
Illinois?
wait,
That's a foul, bro. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Why?
It's Illinois.
The S is
The
silent.
S is silent.
That's
Did I
like
say
saying
Illinois?
that's like
My
saying
bad.
New Braunfels.
New
Did I say
Braunfels.
that?
Alex Mikeson will
See how
smack
y'all
the
caught
shit
on?
out of you.
Bro, I always say like that. Nobody's ever corrected me.
Because
We just corrected him live on the podcast.
Oh, bro, I forgot you're from there, right?
Just don't say New
No, I'm
Braunfels.
joking.
I'll call Alex Meister out
I
here.
knew I was gonna get him on that one. Is what
No.
it was.
But we need to go to New York City, J Rock. We need
I've
to
been
go
in
to
New York.
Memphis,
Yeah, I'm saying I've been in New York.
New York City.
I've been in New York. Yeah, New York City.
Okay.
I was there in Times Square, all that good stuff.
When the hell did you go there?
Well, I used to work for an awesome sub place who you dislike, which is Jersey Mike's. And when I was
I just think
I
it's
love
bland.
Jersey
I think it's
Mike's.
bland.
it's freaking
the
awesome, bro.
the spicy cherry relish.
Oh my god! See what I'm talking about?
See, I
You
think
don't
as
have
I
taste.
I
See
compare
what
everything
happens
to
when you come from the
Quiznos.
south side of San Antonio,
Yeah.
bro?
I compare everything to
That's what happens.
Quiznos. Quiznos was top.
I've
notch.
never even had a Quiznos.
I've never had a
in my
I don't
life.
even
Quiznos
know
sandwich
if
either,
they're
bro.
still in business.
I think
so.
there's one. I looked it up one day, and I think there's one. I've never been.
Quiznos, bro.
You know what
nobody-
has a really good sandwich? It's a really small hole in the wall place.
Lenny's?
No, it's called French's.
What'd you say?
French's sandwiches. It's
French's.
off of Northwest Military Highway, I think.
Why do you say they got the best sandwiches? Though? Like, what kind of sandwiches are they making? Like, is it?
It's just very fresh. The bread. I mean, you look it up. You'll look up pictures, and you're like, "Oh, that looks like a bit." I drove
Okay.
30 minutes to go get that sandwich.
I hate a sandwich that looks like a damn hoagie. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just I don't know. It has to have some. I don't know. That's why when I see the Jersey Mike, got all the lettuce, got all everything in it. I'm a big lettuce guy, so yeah. Anyway, I don't know where.
How the hell did we get into
how did we
sandwich talk?
Sandwiches, by the way.
I think
you
'cause you
asked
said
me.
Jersey Mike's.
You asked me how
Yeah.
I went up there to
I mean,
New York.
to
That's
be
how I
fair,
got up
like
there.
it's very easy hole to go. I'm a huge like I have 200 places saved on my
Mhm.
phone around San Antonio. Like
What's your favorite spot, or what are a few of your favorite spots in San Antonio to
ooh,
eat and to drink?
I would to eat probably one of the Brazilian steakhouses.
Chamagacha, one of those
Chamagacha?
places.
Yeah,
Texas de Brazil.
I haven't been to that one, but
Chamagacha's pretty good.
Chamagucha and
Is it Gucha?
Is it good? I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Yo, you're telling me how to say Illinois.
I know. Illinois.
Put the S in it. Yes, sir.
You know what one of my favorite spots is to eat and drink?
Mm.
Rosario's. It's a Mexican spot. You
Mm.
like Rosario's there, J Rock.
I do like Rosado. You got me liking Rosado.
Where's it off of?
It's off of
Yeah.
St. Mary Street. So it's downtown San Antonio. We're it's one of our partnerships
Mhm.
with one of our businesses. They got the best. To me, best is a subjective thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was going to ask you, why are you the best? Because it's kind of a subjective thing. Some people might think you're the best in this and best. So it is
Yeah.
a subject. But I think Rosario's the best in my eyes. They got the best ceviche, and they got something called pozole. It's like a menudo. I don't know if you partake in any Mexican food?
I love Mexican food. I just
So
not
this is
super
authentic.
familiar
This is
with it.
authentic.
Okay.
It puts some hair on your chest.
Yeah.
And the margaritas are freaking on point, man.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Rosarios. You can reach them. Go downtown San Antonio. They got a rooftop lounge, and Rosarios.com. It's next level shit, man. So as I don't want to wrap this up yet, but we're kind of getting to that. We can talk about branding and marketing till we're blue in the face, man. But what is the brand of Tyler Carlston? What is your brand?
I will fall on my sword for you. Like, I will fight for you and do whatever is possible and whatever is needed to help you. Completely. And again, I try to lead every single day with a servant's heart and do everything unselfishly. I believe the universe will take care of me if I take care of other people. What I want is not important when I'm helping other people, because I know eventually that will all come to fruition. Like, of course, I want a Ferrari one day, but I don't do loans. I'm not in this business to buy a Ferrari. I'm in this business to help people and make an impact. And I know I'll get a Ferrari one day.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
What do you got now?
Porsche.
Okay, so a Ferrari's higher scale than a Porsche.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty dang fun though. I mean it's like 420 horsepower, around 2,900 pounds. It can get me into some trouble.
Do you remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a Ferrari?
I believe so.
That little red one that
Mhm.
kicked off the damn ledge and it fell and it.
I haven't seen it in so long, but I think
Yeah.
that's what it is.
I don't even think you were born yet when Ferris Bueller's Day Off came out.
95. When was that?
I think they came out in the 80s.
Like 87, 88-ish.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick. That was
I've seen the movie,
yeah.
but I think it definitely was before me.
What's your legacy, my man? How do you want to leave this earth when it's all said and done and they're lowering you down 6 feet? What the hell are people going to say?
I want them to just know that, like, I want them to just talk about how I just am a very kind person that was always there for people. And just really try to, again, nothing selfishly or anything. Like, I just genuinely want to be a good person and help people and just leave this earth and every day with the intention of try to spread as much kindness as I can and help people.
I love that, man. You get the job done, pretty much. You're dependable, you're trustworthy, and just people flock to you to get shit done. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how simple is that? One more thing before we wrap it up. Who plays Tyler Carlston in your life story? Actor.
I'm not really big into movies and TV. I mean, but
Is that a good question? As long as you don't say
I
Joe
like
Pesci or something.
I like Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Okay. I can see that. All right. I'm going to do a pause there. Yeah, Matt Damon, maybe some Ben Affleck. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I like that, man. Where else can we find you besides here on the Social Plug Podcast?
Anywhere, search my name. I'm as visible as they can be. So I mean, anytime, anywhere, you can find me pretty damn easily.
You can find me in St. Louis rolling on dubs. Hell yeah, man. See how I went that? Dude, we can find you all over the place. And I can find you on speed dial, not calling you at 2 a.m. when you're in your hot tub, but I know that I can depend on you. I know that I can call you and you get shit done. Not only for me, but for my VA homebuyers. Yeah. And that is a peace of mind that I have. And I love affiliating, like I said, with people who I can depend on. So you are one of the best in the business. And I love that about you. Keep getting shit done, man.
Thanks.
Congratulations on your new marriage. I know you're going to go far. You and your wife are a power couple, a power team. You get shit done and you make things happen. So thank you for coming out on a Monday afternoon. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
Yes.
All right. So those of you that follow us, keep following us. Tag yourself, share with your neighbors, your friends. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and of course on Facebook. We are powered by Social Plug Media. Today's episode sponsor is Wingman for Life. You can find them at wingmanforlife.org. We love you guys. Last week we had Valerie T. Webb. You can watch that as well. And we're going to continue having intriguing people on our show, people with inspiring stories, people that are influential. And we're going to keep highlighting and discussing ordinary people doing extraordinary things. With that said, you are now unplugged from the Social Plug Podcast, where we connect you to level up. and we will talk to you soon. Happy Monday, everybody. Let's fucking go.